We're talking about a triple threat straight from Canada. We're talking about Tory Lanez, crack the money code. How Drake plays a part in this. We're talking about people who confess. Mexican gang members, Rock Nation, and more. Deep dive back into the Tory Lanez case. First thing first, let's revisit this clip about Tory Lanez explaining he broke the code 4 years ago, 1 year before getting his 10-year sentence. I'll be right back.
Oh, woo! Yes! 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 Nigga, y'all gotta understand what's going on right now. If you don't understand it, you don't understand it. That's cool. It's not on me. It's not on me. At the start of this, I told you, I'm not gonna beg you to make this fucking money. You know what's crazy? I sat there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I sat there and I wondered for a long time, yo, how am I get back, bro? How am I get back right? They took every single avenue away from me. They took the playlisting away from me. They took every single thing they could take away from me. And you know what I said, bro? I sat there. I said, you know what? This isn't on me. This isn't a me thing no more. This isn't a Tory versus the world. This isn't that. You know what I did? I immediately went to praying. The first thing I got prayed, I said, God, show me a way. Show me a way. Just show me how I can get through here. Show me a way. Show me something that's different. Show me something that's different. When the world is standing against me, show me a different way. And I prayed, I kept praying. And God told me he was going to bless me 1,000 times over. To the point one day I'm praying one day, my nigga. And one day I'm all praying and it gets to the standpoint where I'm like, yo. And I'm like, and God's speaking through me, he's just like, y'all are about to step into something that you can't even fathom the blessings of. Like, you can't even fathom what this is about to be. You can't fathom what this is. And at the time, I didn't understand it because, you know, they was blocking me in every kind of way. And for a second, I said, I'm not going to question it. I'm just have my faith and I'm going to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And every time they try to stop me, I just kept praying. I just kept going. Y'all not understanding what's going on. Let me fully explain this to you. I told y'all, $1 for the NFTs, right? I sold these shits to my fans for $1. People came, some people bought 20, some people bought 5, some people bought 60. It doesn't matter how much you bought. It was only $1. You spent $60, you bought 60. I need y'all to understand. One of those copies right now is going for 50,000, 60,000, 60,000. Yo, my nigga, and these are sold. They're sold. Go look at the list right now and see how small the sellers list is getting. Y'all don't understand what the fuck is going on? Y'all don't understand I just cracked the fucking industry? Y'all don't understand I just cracked this shit?
NFTs is a non-fundable token. It's digital that lives on blockchain. Think about Bitcoin. It's digital currency.
It's over. No more middleman. All y'all artists out there, fuck your label. Fuck the nigga that's telling you, yo, you gotta wait for this day on Spotify and on this. Fuck that. Nigga, it's over. Y'all gonna get paid. And your fans gonna get paid. And they gonna keep coming to you. Why? Because y'all making money together.
If the artist selling NFTs, digital money, their fans gets to buy into it, which in return, the fans are growing stocks. It's investing into your favorite artist, like Tory Lanez said, there will be no need for a middleman. I believe Rock Nation and maybe the owners of Rock Nation was upset, bothered behind this information Tory Lanez discovered. Not just that, but was spreading the information and leaving them behind. Next thing you know, Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years in prison 1 year later. Do you remember the trial, men and women? Well, it was a witness who testified. His name was Sheen Kelly. I'm going somewhere with this, men and women. Here's what Sheen Kelly testified. Kelly was a resident of the Hollywood Hills neighborhood where the shooting occurred. He witnessed the incident from his bedroom window and provided one of the most talked about testimonies in the case. Kelly testified that he saw a muzzle flash that he believed came from one of the girls, referring to either Megan Thee Stallion or her former friend Kelsey Harris, during a violent physical struggle. We're about to move on to the next piece of this case. Just want to say this. Later, the witness, Sheen Kelly, switched up his story. He then stated he saw a smaller gentleman, presumably Lanez, get out of the car, and that flash then came from him. Who knows? After that first testimony Mr. Kelly gave, maybe he got paid off too. Do you remember the first time Tory Lanez was trying to appeal his case? Right after that, the security guard came forth. Remember, the security guard was missing once the case went to trial. The security guard, who was the driver back then at the scene of the crime, stated Kelsey Harris had a gun in her hands when Megan Thee Stallion was shot. Mr. Peterson, which is Tory Lanez, attempt to disarm Miss Harris. I saw Mr. Harris holding a weapon and a struggle ensued between her and Mr. Peterson. Mr. Peterson is Tory Lanez again, men and women. He claimed that Lanez never possessed or fired the weapon himself. Then he also went on to say, I overheard Kelsey Harris admitted to actually firing the gun that shot Megan. This statement was sworn and submitted to the California Court of Appeal. Sometimes pressure has to be applied so truth can come forth. Listen to Tory Lanez behind bars, his first interview with NBC News.
Tonight, rapper Tory Lanez breaking his silence in his first ever broadcast interview from behind bars since being found guilty of shooting Grammy winner Megan Thee Stallion in the foot outside a party in 2020.
I've never been violent towards a woman. I would never hit a woman, let alone shoot a woman.
Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, spoke to NBC News from California Men's Colony, a prison where he's 3 years into a 10-year sentence after being found guilty on 3 felony counts, including assault with a semi-automatic firearm.
There is definitely a very big misconception about me that seems to the public as I'm this monster. And I feel like I was catapulted into this poster child for the unprotection of Black women, and it's just so unlike me. And I've never really had a chance to express that, but you can look at my criminal record. I don't have one. I never had one, and I feel like, that connotation that I would do anything of this monstrous proportion is it's completely incorrect, and it's wrong.
Lanez declined to testify during his 2022 trial.
Megan Thee Stallion lied so much during that time. First she said she stepped on glass. Then y'all remember she came back and then said she got shot, but doesn't know who did it. Let's get back into the video.
To file multiple appeals next week, this time with the California Supreme Court, in one claiming newly discovered evidence that they weren't provided during Lanez's 2022 trial, including hundreds of pages of medical records for Megan Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan Pete, which they allege raise questions about the fragments removed from her foot after surgery. His team argues that the fragments were not provided ahead of trial and that this was a violation of due process.
Why wasn't the fragments provided ahead of trial? That's a must. All evidence must be turned over, men and women, before trial. Let's get back into the video.
We didn't have that chance. Or perhaps we could have questioned the doctors differently when they were on stand to impeach them, because it does look suspicious.
So they properly couldn't even argue the case correctly regarding the fragments, regarding Megan Thee Stallion getting shot, because the evidence weren't provided. Men and women, before I go on, All evidence have to be turned in so that each party are able to argue the case properly. They weren't able to, and that was on purpose. The stabbing incident occurred in May the 12th, 2025, the same year when there was an ongoing appeal taking place in 2025 as well. Now, I'm not saying Roc Nation, Jay-Z, or Kelsey Harris, which is the ex-best friend of Megan Thee Stallion, had anything to do with this stabbing, this Mexican gang member who stabbed Tory Lanez. But let's just be real. Hollywood has proven to be Holly weird before the Epstein files, and especially since the Epstein files has been released. Everything is not a conspiracy, men and women. Don't let Hollywood tell you anything different. Drake's support for Tory Lanez during the trial was a major point of controversy, as he was one of the few high-profile artists to publicly cast doubt on Megan Thee Stallion's account of the shooting. And his support wasn't just a one-time thing, a one-hitter quitter. This was during the trial and has continued through Tory Lanez's imprisonment.
Oh, woo! Yes! You know what's crazy? I sat there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I sat there and I wondered for a long time, yo, how am I get back, bro? How am I get back right? They took every single avenue away from me. They took the playlisting away from me. They took every single thing they could take away from me. And you know what I said, bro? I sat there. I said, you know what? This isn't on me. This isn't a me thing no more. This isn't a Tory versus the world. This isn't that. You know what I did? I immediately went to praying.
God doesn't give you nothing you can't handle. Moral of the story: after prayer, get ready to be used in a great way. Real quick, if you are new here to the Reawaken Podcast, check out the description box for more information on the Reawaken Podcast. See you on another video.